and welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. In today's video, I'm finally gonna answer the questions you sent me on my Instagram and YouTube community. First off, guys, I just want to thank you for always sending in your questions whenever I ask for them. I think that Q&A vids are really great for you guys to get to know me a little better. So if you're new to my channel and you want to ask a question the next time I ask for it, I will leave my social media pages here, Instagram, Facebook, and also YouTube. Go ahead and follow me. Alright guys, I'm going to dive right into it. I'm going to start off with our Instagram questions, and do not worry, I will try my best to keep my answers as simple and as short as I can. Let's start off with Chandagrin's question, and she asks, "Hi Maria, is it expensive to raise children in Italy?" To be honest, I don't know how to answer your question because we are just currently expecting. If you guys have been following me, I'm 7 months pregnant, due in February. So raising children, I am not so quite sure about this, Chanda. But if I were to answer your question basing it on our current situation, that I'm pregnant, I would say yes, it is very expensive in terms of the pregnancy appointments, doctor appointments, all the lab tests that you have to do, and also baby clothes. If you've been watching my vlogs, you guys would know that I've been saying over and over again in my vlogs how expensive things are here, but then it all depends on how the parents look at things. When I do my baby hauls, guys, you guys would know that I always say that me and Mark are very practical people. We just buy things that we know that, baby C is going to use. If he needs something once he's born, once he's here, and, we know that it's a necessary thing, we'll definitely buy it. It's not that we're cheap as parents, it's just that we're really practical because we know how things can get very expensive here. But in terms of raising them, I don't know if I can answer this for you right now. Maybe you can ask me again in 3 years' time. From what I understand, all right, schools here I think are for free. In terms of health, I guess it depends on you as well. If you want to go to a public hospital and go to a doctor there, pedia there, or if you want to have your own private, then obviously you need to pay more. So it all really depends. It depends on you. So I'm sorry if I can't answer your question directly. Like I said, ask me again in 3 years' time. And our next question is from our Jim, and she asks, "How did you manage your LDR due to different time zones?" I actually saw your message or this question on Instagram. So she messaged me, and me and Marco answered this in a vlog. So I hope you can watch out for that, but don't worry, I'll answer your question now. So me and Marco, to be honest, guys, we didn't really struggle in terms of the time zone. And I say this because it's true. Like, I'm not making it up, I'm not sugarcoating anything. We didn't struggle because we found a pattern that really worked for us. And yes, if you think about it, it sounds hard because it would be night here and then it would be morning there. You can only talk for some time because you both are working, because I was working back then and Marco was also doing his own thing. But our secret was communication. I've been saying this to you guys for a long time in my sit downs, in my vlogs, that communication is really the key when it comes to long distance relationships. Guys, I don't remember a day when me and Marco were in a long distance relationship where we did not communicate. So we communicated, whether it be through messages, through video messages, or calls. But to be honest, like the phone calls, I could only count them by hand. Like, we didn't really talk on the phone much. The only time that we talked on the phone, I guess, were on Saturdays when it was my day off and he had a little more time. Because, we both were busy, we both had our lives, but we made sure that we made time for each other. And that is how it worked. If you really want a relationship to work, especially when it comes to long distance relationship, you both will find a time, you guys will always find a way to communicate. Remember, no man is ever too busy to pick up his phone and ask how you're doing. Communication is the key. That's it. Our next question is from Marielle XCX, and she asks, "Bakit po ayaw ng mga Italian ang pineapple sa pizza?" Very good question, because I love pineapple on pizza, like Hawaiian pizza. Italians do not like pineapple on pizza because they just don't understand mixing sweet and salty together. There was one time we were all eating pineapple lang ha, and I put salt on it and they were like, "What is she doing?" So for them, it just doesn't work. If you want to eat something sweet, eat something sweet. If you want to eat something salty, then eat something salty. You cannot mix the one and one together. For them, it just doesn't work. And her next question is, "Nag-away na po ba kayo ng hubby nyo o muntik na mag-break?" First time that someone has actually asked this, and yes, we have. obviously, because we are not a perfect couple. And I can only remember just one time and one time only. This was a time when me and Marco were just starting to live with each other. Maybe we lived with each other, this was in the Philippines, for maybe around 3 weeks. And we got into an argument where we really argued on. Not like a disagreement, not like a talking type of situation, but really argued where we were shouting at each other, I guess. We were still getting to know each other. You know, we had our differences. I always say in my vlogs that me and Mark are very similar, but obviously we also have our differences. So getting in that heated argument, we really learned a lot. We learned that when you're in a heated argument, you shouldn't be shouting at each other. And did we almost break up? Yes, we almost broke up. I was at the point where I was like, you know, packing my things, packing my clothes, because I was gonna leave the house already. And I'm thinking, you know, that's it. That's the end of our relationship. I remember I was packing like really slowly, packing my clothes slowly, folding it slowly, hoping that he would stop me. But he didn't. But you know, when things cooled down, we talked about it, we talked about the situation, and we just kind of moved on. And that was the first and last time that we've ever argued like that. Now, when we have like a disagreement or I can't even say argument because we don't really argue, but when we have disagreements, which we do, we just talk about it. We've never really argued again in that way where, you know, we almost broke up, and especially now that we are starting our own family. Next question is from Sophia Denise, and she asks, when did you know that Kuya Marco is the one? I knew that Marco was the one for me when I knew and I felt that I could be myself with him. Because I've had relationships in the past where I couldn't be myself. I've been with someone who I couldn't laugh out loud because they didn't like girls laughing out loud. I've been with someone who I couldn't share my thoughts, I couldn't share my opinions because for him it didn't matter. I've been with someone who doesn't know how to communicate, which, you know, is very important in a relationship. I knew that Marco was the one for me when I felt that I didn't have to hide a part of me from him. And that's something that I guess you have to look for. When you can be with someone who is not only, you know, your boyfriend, your fiance, your husband, your partner, but also can be your best friend and share anything that is on your mind, what you're feeling, your thoughts, then you know that he's the one for you. It's not really knowing if someone is for you or the one for you. It's more of a feeling. And she's also asked other questions. She says, when will you reveal the name of Baby C? To be honest, I've almost slipped so many times in my vlogs, you know, blurting out Baby C's name. Because, you know, me and Marco, we don't say like Baby C when we talk to each other. We actually say his name. So when it comes to the revealing, I was thinking of revealing it when, you know, he's born. But I don't know. Do you guys want us to reveal it to you right away? Or do you guys want to wait until I post the picture of Baby C? Her next question is, plans on going back to the PH? Yes, it's definitely a yes for me. We were planning to go back to the Philippines this year if the pandemic didn't happen, but unfortunately we had to change the plans, and also I got pregnant. So yeah, plans on going back to the PH definitely, hopefully by next year when this pandemic is over. So fingers crossed that we get to go home next year because we really, really miss the Philippines. Or her next question is, how did you overcome the culture barrier between you and Marco, between you and him? When me and Marco started living with each other back in the Philippines, we didn't really have any culture shocks with each other. I don't know, everything just went so smoothly. Like we were able to accept things right away without like a big question mark. But if you were asking just me, I felt the culture barrier when we moved here to Italy. I actually did a video about this. I think it was, what was the name of the video? Top 10 things that they don't tell you before moving to Italy or something like that. I did a video about that, just sharing with you culture shocks that I experienced when I moved to Italy. And I guess those were the first 6 months, obviously, when I came here to Italy, because I wasn't, you know, aware of what they did. I wasn't aware of what their culture was like. And yes, before moving to Italy, I expected that there was going to be a little bit of an adjustment. Obviously, because my husband is Italian and I'm Filipino. Was it hard to adjust to the culture? Absolutely. At the start, everything is hard, you know, at the start, especially when it comes to changes like this. But you know, as the days go by, you kind of get used to things, you kind of accept things, even if you don't want to accept things the way they are. And you just kind of shrug things off and say, yep, this is what I chose. This is this decision that we made together. So just live with it. And our next question is from Ina Estrella. What's your plan next year? First off, our plan is, of course, we're gonna have baby C by February, so that is definitely in the plan. Now, in regards to the other plans, I have no clue. We have plans, putting up a business in the Philippines, but everything is just pending right now because of the situation we're currently in. Can't really plan anything as of the moment, but one thing is for sure, we're gonna have a baby. From Bev Spedico, she says, how will you celebrate Christmas this year? Any plans? So if you've been following us since last year, you guys would know how we celebrated Christmas Eve and Christmas last year. So me, Marco, and Marco's older brother Giacomo, we went to a street party because that's how they do it every 24th of December. And then we would go home in the evening and then spend dinner time until, midnight. So what we're planning is just to spend time with my in-laws, my brother-in-laws, because they're also there. And that's it. Christmas is just not the same as last year. And that's okay because, we're still surrounded by family. And our next question, it's not a question, it's actually a comment, and it's from Castaneda.Liana. And she says, hope we meet you from Montenegro. Wait, where's Montenegro? I don't even know where Montenegro is, but thank you. I hope to meet you as well once I find out where Montenegro is. But yeah, if ever you guys come to Italy, let us know. Hopefully this pandemic, this whole situation just ends so that we can meet and greet some people. Alright guys, and time to move on to our YouTube community questions. So thank you guys for all those who sent in your questions on my Instagram. I'm always so thankful for you guys. And let's start off with Sarah May Baroga. Ciao! How long did you wait until your visa approved to get there in Italy, and how much bank account you showed po? Hope you give me some tips and details too, because my Italian boyfriend have plans for me to visit there someday. God bless and keep safe. Thank you so much. How long did you wait until your visa was approved to get there to Italy? So if we're gonna talk about not being married yet to Marco, because I think, she says Italian boyfriend. So if we're gonna talk about that, it took me, I guess, a whole good month to wait for my visa to be denied. So yes, I was denied the first time I applied the Schengen visa because, I don't know, they just didn't approve it. And how much bank account did I show? Not much. Maybe that's the reason why they denied my visa. What tips can I give you? I don't know because I was denied, but just be true to yourself. Do not lie about anything. Just show what you can show and hope for the best. That's it. And there goes an airplane. And our next question is from L Pads, and she says, did you get exclusive before meeting or after you met? Curious lang po. I always watch your videos. Pa-shout out po sana. Grazie. Thank you so much, Elle. And yes, shout out to you. Thank you so much for your question. First time that also someone has asked this. And yes, we were already exclusively in a relationship. Can you say that? Exclusively in a relationship before meeting. So yeah, Marco fell in love with me right away. So yun. Next question is from Shai Kyra Josh Salvado. And she says, hi po ate, I've been texting an Italian man for 2 consecutive months already. I just want to ask if normal lang po ba talaga sa kanila na hindi araw-araw mag-text? Kasi we skipped a day or 2 before kami mag-text ulit, pero wala rin namang nagbabago sa kanya. I just want to know if normal lang po ba yun sa kanila. Grazie ate. God bless. I will be honest with you and I will be straightforward with you. If you watch the first few minutes, I think it was like the first 2 questions of this video, someone asked something like this about the time difference me and Marco had. And what did I say? The communication is the key, and that no man is ever too busy to not pick up his phone and ask how you're doing. So we can't generalize Italian men if they're like this or if they're like that. It really depends on the type of man they are, on the type of person they are. For example, Marco is Italian. He is pure Italian, but he was very, very consistent when it came to messaging me and to communicating with me. So I hope that answers your question. Next question is from Mary Jane Hamlin. Ilan taon na ang asawa mo and how long have you guys been married? So Marco just turned 36 years old just recently, and we have been married for 2 years, almost 3, and we've been together for 3 years, almost 4. Next comment is from Liana Castaneda, and she says, just keep safe, delivery soon. Pa-shout out na rin dito sa Montenegro. Oh, I think she's the one a while ago. Yeah, I think she was the one a while ago from our Instagram. So yes, Thank you so much. Next question is from Jenny Villafuerte and she says, "Hi ma'am, give me some tips po paano ko po ma-handle ang isang Italianong alpha." Ay, ano ba itong mga alpha-alphang Italian na to? Italianong alpha, how can I answer this? Because Marco isn't like this. He's Italian, but he's not like an alpha. Like, there is no alpha, there is no beta in a relationship. How do I answer your question? Okay, if I were to give you a tip, like, it doesn't even have to be Italian. Like, any man who is an alpha. Just because he's the man, it doesn't mean that he's the one who's supposed to drive the relationship. You are also part of the relationship. So, just stand your ground. And our last question is from Levi. How did you guys meet? What a lucky husband. Haha. Oh, thank you. I feel very, very lucky myself as well. So we met online at a dating app called Badoo. And that is actually our last question for the day, guys. My butt is so numb from sitting here. I am so happy I was able to finish this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, if you want to follow me on any of my social media, I will leave them right here below so that you can send in your question the next time I ask for it. Before I end this video, guys, I hope you can give it a thumbs up for you to help out my channel. And also, do not forget to subscribe to keep up with us, our vlogs, and our videos. It's been a fun video once again, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!
I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck.